All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a couple of real people out there, just like you right there, just like me right here. All right, before I get going on this video, House of Lords, Saints and Sinners. Yeah, we're all just a bunch of saints and sinners, right? Mostly sinners, but that's a theological video that might appear on one of my channels. Maybe not this one, though. Really great album. This is not your dad's House of Lords, okay? This is a little bit more progressive, better songwriting. I would say even better playing throughout this album from start to finish. Very thought provoking. Not what you might think, okay? Still has a lot of those old school House of Lords tendencies, but anyway, terrific album, courtesy of Frontiers Music. The kind of music that should be on the radio. I mean, there's got to be a cut on this album that radio could play, but we say this pretty much when I talk about something new. I'm just astounded that nobody cares. So I'm putting it out there. Check it out, House of Lords, Frontiers Music. So the Motley Crue rumors are true, I guess. Mick Mars is retiring from the road. He's still officially a member of the band. He's 71 years old. He's had a degenerative condition for years, which affects his spinal column. And he's described it in ways that just make it sound incredibly painful. And I'm not even sure how he was able to do the stadium tour. Keep in mind, the band just announced another stadium tour with Def Leppard. I wonder why Poison and Joan Jett aren't being invited back. That's interesting to me. I think Poison was really good. And I think rather than Joan Jett, you bring somebody else along that has a more impressive catalog. If Rat could get their act together and get out there, I think that would be a really good band, maybe as the first band on the stadium tour. I mean, Stephen Pearcy still likes to do what he does and wants to make new material. So anyway, those are just suggestions, but I think, for two bands, Def Leppard and Motley Crue, it'll probably do really well. Def Leppard to me is the headliner. So I'm thinking, Mick Mars probably doesn't want to put his body through another grueling tour. Hopefully he's got a nice little contract that was written that maybe cuts him in on some of the band's touring revenue. Maybe he can, get a Steve Perry deal going or a Ross Valerie deal. I mean, I don't know. He probably doesn't need to do that. He's one of those guys too that when you look at Mick Mars, you say, okay, Motley Crue, or maybe Gene Loves Jezebel, right? Or The Cult. Those types of bands, I think, would be a better fit for the way Mick Mars presents himself. The rumors are that John 5 might take over on guitar. Thus far, though, John 5 has denied those rumors. But keep in mind, in this business, you can't spill the beans until all the contracts are signed and everybody is on the same page. So, John 5 could be in Motley Crue. If you don't know who John 5 is, he's a really high quality musician. Unfortunately, spent some time in Marilyn Manson, but also has worked with Steve Perry and David Lee Roth and a whole bunch of other people. He's highly respected in the business, and I think he would probably be a welcome addition to Motley Crue, who, quite honestly, based on the last tour, need all the help they can get, plus they need credibility, and I think John 5 would add credibility to Motley Crue. But, of course, you're going to have people say, is this really Motley Crue without Mick Mars? Come on. I don't know. All these bands that are roaming the earth as dinosaur geezer bands, this is what they're going to have to deal with. Mick Mars, 71 years old, so he's a bit older than the other guys in Motley Crue, and I think he's making a good decision for himself, and we'll have to wait and see what happens with Motley Crue. But those rumors have been flying around for a couple of weeks, and the articles that I read said this was going to happen. Well, it's official, so we wish Mick Mars well. I think he's a really good outlier in a band, quite honestly, that it's not one of my favorite bands on the planet. I respect Mick Mars, though, because he was there at the beginning and he stuck with it. He probably told the guys that he would do this big stadium tour and that would be it. So, again, Mick Mars leaving Motley Crue. He will be, again, listed as an official member. I don't think they're recording new material, but if they did, I'm assuming Mick Mars would be there to help them record new music. I don't think they need to record new music. And quite honestly, based on Vince Neil and his singing ability at this stage and just everything with this band, I would probably just say tour on the material that you already have. Def Leppard, who put out a really great album this year, which again didn't get any airplay here in the United States and should have, because it was probably one of their strongest albums ever, just getting ignored. So again, this music, it's out there like House of Lords. It's out there if you want to go listen to it. Trying to keep this melodic rock genre alive is apparently something that, people don't care about. And I was hoping maybe a new generation of people would be interested in it, but I'm not even sure if that's happening. People are listening to hip hop and rap and other forms of music, but they're not really listening to melodic rock or hair metal or whatever you want to call this stuff. So in any event, we wish Mick Mars the best in his future endeavors away from touring. It's probably just too painful for him to get out there and tour based on all the information I've read about his condition. So he's obviously making a good personal decision here. All right. I am done with this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm really talking about subscribers lately. Something weird is going on with the channel. I've been reading some things about, if you have a certain political bent to your content, that during this election season, which I'm not really talking about any election issues here, but I might, and apparently that might not endear me to, certain algorithms, we'll say it that way. But if you can help support the channel either via Patreon or just watching the videos, put them on an endless loop, like repeat play, like you go to work in the morning, just set it up where it keeps playing and goes through. I always say that jokingly, but if you really wanted to do it, I don't even know if there's a way to do that. So that's why I kind of joke around about it, but I do need the support. I'm also on Odyssey and Rumble. Nobody's really watching me on Rumble all that much. Odyssey is interesting because you can sign up for memberships over on Odyssey for like $5 a month, plus the surcharge, and help support the channel that way. Or Patreon, which there's a link right on the banner of my YouTube channel page. So yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.